Bonnie, so what does she do? Now you got another solution here.
Yeah.
The solution is one day it all stopped. After 3 times she did this solution. She poked her head into the kitchen while I was making a sandwich. She looked at me, John, like something wonderful would happen. Nice little smile on her face. John. Now she's smiling. And she says, I've noticed you've been turning out the light lately.
Oh.
And I want to remind you how much I love that. And sometimes you forget, and then immediately left the room. She didn't stare at me. She didn't look at me.
You grew 10 inches, right?
Exactly. Now, she did that again. Another time, she said, oh, John, I've been noticing you turning out the light more. I just want to remind you, I love it. I love it. I love it. And still sometimes you forget and went out of the room. She did that 3 times for that little thing, and suddenly it changed my life. Okay. What we have to do, and this is not the big things. The big things is you have to realize how you created that and stop doing those things, and they start going away. You know, as a young therapist, I used to say, okay, couples would come to me, tell me the problems. Okay, what's the biggest problem? If we can solve that, then all the others will go away. No, it's just the opposite. You start with little problems. It's the absence of solutions to the little problems that makes us lose our love, and that creates big problems. Big problems are unsolvable. You have to come back to feeling safe, to feeling loved, to meeting each other's emotional needs. And what are women's 3 primary emotional needs? For men, you have to demonstrate caring, consideration, caring, understanding, take time to listen and understand what she's going through without judgment, respect, jump when she asks for something that's easy to do. If it's something big, tomorrow, okay, no big deal. But let her see responses. If she needs help, she gets help. And women have to learn how to ask, when to ask, and how to do it. But the basic needs men have are to feel appreciated for what he does for you. Anything he does for you. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I've enjoyed that. You can't appreciate what he does for you if he does nothing. And if he's working hard and you're working hard in the outer world, it's very hard to appreciate the money he makes. When you didn't make money and you depended on him to make the money, you appreciate it a lot. If you're hungry and somebody feeds you, you appreciate them a lot. Well, you've lost that ability. But that's what men needed. We need appreciation. And women, you can't give appreciation unless somebody's actually doing something that's meaningful to you. We have to get to what you need. Men need to feel appreciated. They need to feel accepted the way they are. No man is perfect. You know that. We all are not perfect. No man is accepted. So you're not trying to change me. That's what complaining is, trying to change, not meeting my need at that time. And trust me, depend on me. Ask for help. Ask for help is giving men a gift. Get this, women. Letting him do something for you is giving him a gift. The most important gift ever, trusting a man. How can I trust him? Start with the little things and ask for little things. Now, what do women need most today? When you hear my analysis of the whole thing, if you're out there working and you're on your male side, you don't need a man anymore. What do you need him for? You need him to help you come back to sanity instead of this crazy negative person. That's not you. Crazy is just not you. And what it is, your mind is filled with negativity, complaining, not dissatisfaction, negativity, anger, frustration, fears, concerns, lack of trust, all that your brain is filled with. How do you come back to balance? Estrogen. How do you get estrogen? You say to your husband, first of all, you just go to somebody else and complain who he just hears you. That will produce estrogen. Now find somebody like me or a good therapist, help you understand how you're creating that problem. Then you'll have a balance of your male and female. But what do you do with your husband? You can start this right away. He's in his cave. He's ignoring you. That's your time to do what you want to do, get to do, whatever. Now, when he's out, and the more you try to pull him out, the more he'll stay in. So you got to just I'm happy without you. How to be happy without depending on a man. Next, get him out of the cave. Honey, I need your help. When you have a chance, would you come? No
Simple request.
Honey, you're watching TV. Oh, honey, I need your help when you have a chance. No demand, nothing. He says, okay, what is it? He said, is this a good time? He says, well, not really. Okay, well, wait till it's a good time. Okay, now it's a good time. He said, okay, we'll do it now. That's good. He'll go through that whole thing. Okay, let's do it. What is it? What is it? I just want to take some time to talk about what happened today at work. And it'll only take 10 minutes. That's all. Is that okay? He said, well, okay, all right. That's called therapy. Now you're going to talk about what happened at work, not him. You've got to talk about the kids. You got to talk about something else. You can't talk about anything that's a secret way to complain to him. He's not the problem. If he's the problem, he can't solve it. If you have a problem over here, he can solve it. So what you do is you practice learning how to be feminine. Your problem is you're on your male side. You can't let go. And when you can't let go of problems at work, you think you can, it just gets projected on him. He's your only problem. No, life is filled with problems. So you need to learn to become a master of expressing how you feel. And here's the basic mastery skills: frustrations, disappointments, concerns, and embarrassments. Every woman is embarrassed about things all the time if you tell the truth. Oh, I'm embarrassed, I'm too fat. Or, oh, I'm embarrassed, I was late. Oh, I'm embarrassed, they weren't giving me recognition. Or I'm embarrassed, I did all that stuff and I didn't get any rewards. That's embarrassment. It's also afraid, concerned, worried. I'll never get the support I need. It's also disappointment. I thought they were going to acknowledge me, appreciate me. I was going to get that. I didn't get that. I didn't get there on time. There was so much traffic today. Frustration. All those very same things that is daily life are both frustrating and disappointing and concerning and embarrassment. It's all there and it's not what you want. So you just take 3 or 4 minutes, 6 minutes at the most to go through that. And then you focus on, and I'm just so grateful because the truth is my job is wonderful and I get to do this and I came up with this great idea and I'm proud of that. And I'm certainly happy about this. I can come home to you and I'm grateful to you that you listened to me because I feel so much better now. And I just want a hug now. And you're going for the hug. I just need a 6-second hug. And then you say, I feel so much better. Thanks. And you will feel so much better. And he will have fulfilled one of the most important, powerful skills that women can learn is how to share their feelings and be heard. And there's nothing more powerful for estrogen than to share the emotions along with discontent about life. Powerful stuff. It's the foundation of the whole counseling industry, therapy industry. And there's more therapists than nurses and doctors in this world. It's the biggest.
And he will feel like her hero.
Yes.
And then his testosterone goes up.
Oh, it's up. That's the man. And it's a gradual process of starting where you are. And for the men that are listening, I want you to start and teach your young sons and your daughters that you're trustworthy, that masculinity is wonderful. Anytime you're angry, you stop talking. Now, if you can cool down just by saying, don't talk. But if starting to push your button inside, then you say, look, let's talk about this a little bit later. I need some time to think about it and walk out of the room as graceful as possible. Arguing in front of your children just makes them have low self-esteem. This is the power to help your children. And at the times when you don't know how to get through things, just read my books. Just start reading the words. You'll see your problem. Everybody reads these books. They say, open to any page. You did it wrong. You'll be able to see that and start taking responsibility, start coming back to balance. Then what you can do, and there's a lot more in the book, what you can do, but that's a quickie. Then what your children do not see you argue. And sometimes I would feel before I learned these escape routes, how to come back to my true self very quickly. I'd often feel like I don't want to be married anymore. If she's not going to be happy with me, if what I do is not good enough, then why don't we just end the whole thing, end the whole effing thing? Why don't we get a divorce? So many people say that. And then so stupidly, that's not the true self. That's the not true self talking. So that's your negative self. And so what I would do is I calm down, whatever. And then I think I will hurt my children if I get a divorce. So I'm going to make my love for my children the motivation for me to figure out how to be a loving parent, not a loving husband. Not I'm going to stay in this marriage for my children. I'm going to learn to be a better person and have a better relationship for my children. That's the motivation. My children help me rise above this limited ego that says, if I don't get what I want, narcissistic, I don't get what I want, then I'm leaving. So petty, so unhuman. It's not who we are. It's animal. We need to learn to realize our dignity. And then when we don't realize our dignity and we misbehave, we need to now realize our dignity and forgive ourselves and take time to learn to apologize to each other. I'm so sorry. What I learned from that situation is I did this and I did this and I did this. And don't tell your partner what they did wrong.